Good evening, Dr. Maraglia. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm excited to be here.
Me too. I'm just hoping I don't get washed away this week.
I was just thinking about that. My wife asked, "Hey, Alex."
Hey, how you doing?
Good. My wife was just, she's Cecil the weather beetle. She had the TV turned on and said it's going to be worse than they originally thought coming up the coast. So,
Uh, well, I went out this afternoon to take my walk and I've never seen it look the way it looked. And I don't know if it's the hurricane because I don't feel like it should be because it's coming from another direction, but
yeah,
um there was literally about 5, 6 feet of beach that was not having water come over it. Like there was only room for the park ranger's truck to go, and that was it. Everything else was covered in water and pretty. When it was coming up, it was the currents were pretty severe, so I
yeah,
kind of bagged my walk.
yeah. You shouldn't be out in that. We had a real bad storm here Saturday night. I've got leaves all over my yard and limbs down. Yeah, it seems to be pretty severe times, but um, you know, where you are, I don't know. Again, it's according to the rotation and the path, but um, that high tide or water being up that high it's not a good sign.
No, it's not. I feel like it's really early for it to be looking like this,
Yeah.
and I'm not an expert by any means, and I'm having to
Hmm.
ask. I'm asking some people at work what are they doing at their houses and things like that because this is just kind of new to me.
Yeah. Hey, Connie, I saw you in the chat. Yeah, we were at there's Jolene. We were at you know, Tina's family always does their summer reunion at sunset. We were there one summer and the water was up so high at the tide that it was over the road that goes, you cross they had the drawbridge. Now they've got the bridge that goes over. But back in the years of the drawbridge, once you got over the drawbridge, it goes out through the marsh, across the intercoastal there, and then onto the island. And the water was up so high, it was over the road. When a storm was coming like this, and that's the one that tore up everything, that flooded all the houses and tore everything out. I'm trying to remember how many. It's been several years ago, but yeah, that wasn't a good thing. But literally, the water. I mean, it wasn't up over the doors of your car, but the water was up over the road, maybe 6 or 8 inches over the road. Um, the
Well,
tide was so high.
the waves sound a lot closer. I mean, like
Yeah,
significantly closer than what they normally sound like.
yeah, that's not a good sign though.
So just be thinking about me and that I don't get washed away.
Well, I hope you don't. You can all you got a house in Matthews. You can always head back east, head back west.
I know. Or I could just go by Wilbur's and head to my parents.
I was just gonna say you could hang out in Goldsboro at Wilbur's. That's not a bad idea either. Um, that would be my votes to go to Wilbur's. Of course, I always vote most anything. I vote to go to Wilbur's.
Yeah, me too.
I tell you what, uh, they're going to. Well, I don't know what the time frame is, but they closed the cafeteria at Gardner Webb this summer, and which is on top level of DCC. You've been up there. You've been in that little dining room right next to it. They
Hmm.
closed it this summer, and now they say it won't open back until the spring semester. It was supposed to be back open 2 weeks ago, but anyway. The associated story with that is in the basement of DCC. I don't know if you've ever been down there or not. They had Chick-fil-A. Well, they moved the Chick-fil-A over to the student center and they're going to repurpose it into a barbecue joint. It was supposed to open next week, but I think it's going to probably be second semester as well. I'm just wondering what kind of
How are
barbecue joint it'll be.
how are they how are they feeding the students? Because food is like one of the number one motivators of where you choose to go to school.
Yeah, I know. So what they're doing is you've been over to Tucker to the student center.
I think
Um,
so.
and they open up all three. They take the panels down. They can open up that one whole side there on the second and third floor becomes that one huge banquet hall. Well, they've got a catering kitchen in the back. So they only have one meat and two vegetables on the line, and they got a little warming area where they can warm up pizzas. And they've got a little pasta station. That's and a little salad bar. So they've got a little salad bar, pizza, pasta, and one. This week I went twice. They had chicken and two veggies. Now down in the basement of the student center, they've got a Zoka, which is a Moe's knockoff, and a burger and fries, and that's the name of it, burger and fries. Kind of like what's that? Shake Shop, the one that's
Uh-huh.
just real basic. They've got two knockoffs down there for that. They've got a Chick-fil-A upstairs, which is limited menu, and then they've got that. So they've got some options for them over there. It's just not as
Okay.
much, but they don't like it because they got to walk all the way over to the student center, which was not built on the DCC Dover Campus Center is right there on the quad where all the classes are. But the student center was built over at the football stadium. And so it's a pretty good walk out of the way for them to get over there during class time. And so that's not been highly popular. But they do have Chick-fil-A, Zoka, burger and fries, and they have one meat, two veg, a pizza line, salad bar. So I mean they've got options. It's just not handy.
Right.
Um, and so but when they get DCC done, when they get the big cafeteria done upstairs, they're going to have a barbecue place in the bottom. And so I don't know. I don't know how good it'll be, if it'll just be that old wet Piedmont barbecue or be real stuff or what. I don't know.
I would have
Um,
low expectations.
well, I normally do, since I'm a food snob. Um, I normally have low expectations. Uh, well, I see my summer bunch is about all here. I see Paul and Jolynn, Tara. So there's Kathleen. Kathleen, you hadn't argued with anybody today, have you?
Not yet.
It's not dark yet, though. Now, Kathleen is absolutely my favorite. Of course, I'm telling you what, the two summer classes I had this summer, I don't remember ever having a better time than I had with y'all. It was great. I just had the best time ever. Well, we cut up and acted a fool all summer. Or I did. They didn't. They had to work, but all summer long we had the best time. I'm serious. It was absolutely wonderful. I had just the best students, and welcome everybody tonight. Thank you for joining me. I'll try to be brief. But yes, we've had, you are our legacies. Most of you will be graduating this semester. And I just want to make sure that we go everything that you need to have you ready, because on December 15th, those of you who have not seen me live and in person, you get to see me and I get to see you. And I'm telling you right now, uh, um, let's see, pardon me while. So what I was going to show you was Dr. Maraglia and I were just talking. Let me see. Let me go back here. I was going to show you a picture of, well, yeah, this is me. And so just to clue you in, this is me and Dr. Maraglia, that normal sized person that you see on your screen. That's me and her together. And I'm not standing on a stool. Yes. but we'll have the best time. So I'm very excited about that. So that's how I want to open up tonight, is talking about graduation. So I'm going to share my screen and we will get started. Thank you again, everybody, for being here. So let me pull up this document. All right. So commencement is Friday. That is correct. Friday the 23rd. Not Saturday, not Sunday, Friday. I know everybody's in the school business and I hate that, but that's, the College of Ed lodged their concern, but we were overruled. And so it's going to be on Friday. Now, everybody needs to apply for graduation. If you don't know how, I've got a PowerPoint. You simply go to Web Connect and go to academic information, and it'll have how to apply for graduation there. So let me go back. And so you can see right here, as soon as you sign in Web Connect under academic information, that's where you apply for graduation. Now, here's the stick that goes with the carrot. If you don't do it before Labor Day, they're going to charge you another $150 late fee. So make sure you get that done tonight. You can go in anytime. So I saw several did it today. Make sure you have applied for graduation. The cost is $150. Automatically apply. You don't have to have a credit card. They'll put it on your account. After Labor Day, they'll charge you another $150. So make sure that you get that done. Now, on the December 15th, you'll need to be on campus at 8 a.m. Knowing that this is a large graduation in the fall, because the summer didn't have a graduation anymore. So all the summer school holdovers will come and it'll be big. And there's only one motel in Boiling Springs. It's already been booked. So I would suggest Gaffney, South Carolina, which is equidistant from Shelby, North Carolina to Boiling Springs. There's a lot better choices and more choices, and they won't hopefully charge you an arm and a leg, just an arm. So Gaffney, South Carolina hotels, if you're going to spend the night, you need to be on campus at 8 o'clock. You'll go to Boss Gym. So when you arrive on campus, you go through the stoplight or you go to the arch. You just find the McDonald's on the main road, turn in campus in front of the McDonald's at the arch, and you'll see the Convocation Center, which is the gym and the big theater. You park in the parking lot, you walk up the steps, you go through that there at the Bulldog, you go through the breezeway to the other side, the old Boss Gym. We'll meet there at 8 o'clock, or in Stewart. I think the doctorals will meet there. Y'all will be in Stewart Theater, which is in that breezeway when you walk in. Y'all will be in Stewart. I'll be over with the doctorals, but I'll come check on you. And then we'll process in at 9 o'clock for the university ceremony. That will be the big ceremony. Now, here's the part that I'll apologize up front. I'll even stop my share. You will not get to cross the stage at that ceremony. Only the doctorals get to cross the stage at the Gardner Webb ceremony. They'll have you stand and be recognized in the audience, and you will have your cap and gown on. We'll talk about that in a minute, and then the doctorals will come up across the stage, and I'll hood them. My group that I'll have, I've got a bunch. And then we'll come out, and then we will process back out. We will have a place to wait. Usually, I don't know where it'll be, since DCC, that's part of that explanation before. Since it's closed, I doubt that they'll let us wait in there, but we'll have to wait somewhere. And then at 1 o'clock, we'll be done at 10:30. Be there at 8. We start at 9. We're done at 10:30. At 1 o'clock, at 12:30, we'll gather back up, and we will go back in to the same place, back in over at the basketball arena, and we will have the College of Ed ceremony. Now, this ceremony is for you at 1 o'clock. You will get to have your name called. You'll get to cross the same stage. You will meet with me. I will put your hood on, your master's hood, the whole deal. We'll do the whole thing. We'll kiss babies and meet and greet and take pictures, and we'll have the time of our lives at the 1 o'clock ceremony. Now, we'd love for you to come to both. If you're coming to both, try to be. If you're not coming to the early one, be there at 8. Be there at 12 for the second one. But remember, we're doing both of them in the same day, which is better deal in the spring when they do them over 2 days. They do one at night, one the next day. At least we'll get them both done the same day. Now, go ahead and plan. It'll be raining, or some other bad weather will be happening, and you'll have to proceed in, and we'll have to proceed out. There will be some outside in this, and so hopefully we won't get too wet. But there'll be a little bit of in and out during this time. You'll be in Stewart Theater or no Dover Theater there at it's the same breezeway. The theater's on one side, the basketball arena on the other when you park in the back at Luciot Convocation Center. But you'll be in there and they'll get your names and they'll do all that and line you up the right way and do all that stuff and I'll come check on you. But that's what's going to happen on Friday, December 15th, 8 o'clock on campus. If you're coming for the early one for the university, 12 o'clock if you're not. But if you're coming at there, the ceremonies are at 9 and 1. Make sure you've applied for graduation. Please do not make me have to try to twist somebody's arm to get that $150 fee taken off. All right, so let me share my screen. Now, in here at the bottom, your regalia. And this is hard to find. So if you want to follow this link right here, let's see, open that hyperlink. It's going to take you to Jostens. And when you get to Jostens, am I still staring? Is my share working? Is this happening? Can y'all see this? Good. Thank you, Kathleen. Over here under Master's Package, if you'll click on it, select your school name, and then obviously Gardner Webb will be somewhere in the line. I did this a while ago to make sure everything was working correctly. EFG, Gardner Webb. There we are. And your school city is Boiling Springs. Boiling. And be careful. BOI. Boiling Springs is our town. And North Carolina. There is a Boiling Springs, South Carolina nearby, but make sure that you go to North Carolina and then what is this? No, I don't need that. All right. And then next, when you fill this out, all right. This is the part that I wanted to make sure everybody got right. All right. Select your hood. It's education administration, not education or any of that. Education administration is the color that we want for your hood. Your tassel color should be black. And then your tam size. That would be me. And then next, and that's going to get personal and I'll stop. They'll ask you how tall you are, what your shoulder width is, and several other things. But this is how you order your regalia. And yes, I apologize for that costing that much, but that's what it costs. I get it. That's way too much for what you get. I don't know if there's a rental deal on this or not. I don't think there is, but don't you want your hood, you'd like to you mortarboard, you tassel and your hood. But I don't know. But I think this is I don't think you can hardly get away from this, but I don't believe there's a way to get around that. Let me go back to that again and see. Open hyperlink. Let's see if there is I don't see a rental program on this. I did on some, but anyway, that's how you order your academic regalia from Jostens through the bookstore, and I have those links right here. I couldn't hardly figure out how to get there because when you go this way, all you get is doctoral regalia. But I finally figured out how to get to Jostens' website and do that. So anybody have any, let me go to the chat and see if people got questions about this. Can we just order? I don't know. That's why I said you probably need to contact the Jostens. When you open that, it has a Jostens representative. You might just want to talk directly to them. Is it $200 right now? No, I don't know what the 200 is. The apply for graduation is $150 and you don't have to, it just goes on your account. I don't know.
I did it today right before class and it's 200.
For the regalia?
No, for you to graduate. Everybody that did it, it's $200.
They must be
saying that it's late.
They must be charging you a late of $50. Well, it's only a $50 late.
Yeah.
I'll check and see if there's any way. So no, they just add it to your bill. I'll see if I can get the 50. Now don't hold me to that. I'll see if I can get the 50 waived. But yeah, no, it just goes on your bill. They don't make you produce a credit card. Will the late fee be waived for I don't know. I'll try. I thought they told me that we should have to Labor Day, but we'll see. If we don't, we don't. Again, I'm not the registrar. I don't make that. I believe you can order just the cap, tassel, hood. It was 150. Yep, I think they have an alternative to the gown. But now I'll tell you this. They won't let you graduate or participate in the ceremony without a gown. So make sure you got a gown. And make sure it's a black one. And you can't borrow one of mine because it might be too big. And don't borrow somebody's doctoral robe with the hashtags on the sleeves either. It's supposed to be a plain black one. So, 150, that's not bad. If you've got a gown from like when you graduated from college, if you got a black gown, that would be good. That'd save you $250 to $300. That'd be a good deal. But yeah, you need a decent looking black. You need a decent looking black gown, and then the rest of the stuff you can have. So maybe they'll just let you do that. So that's a better option. You can go online and buy real cheap gowns. What is it? Graduation Source. I was looking the other day. I think you can buy a gown. Let's look right quick. I think you can buy, what is it? Graduation Outlet. Graduation Source. Let's see. Graduation Source. I think they've got, let's see, just a black gown. Let's see. Collegiate regalia. And no, I don't want that. Quit. Caps and gowns. Let's see what they got. Look at there. They've got one for 35. They've got a gown for $25. Now I'm not telling you that it's probably disposable, but that ain't bad. $25. Graduation Source. I remembered that one. I've ordered a couple of cheap ones for students from there. It's pretty good stuff. So, for 150 and then 25, you can get out for about $200 if you want to, or you can buy the traditional Gardner Webb one. I don't know that it's any different. It's up to you, but make sure you got a black gown, or they won't let you proceed through the line. All right. Any other questions about graduation? I called the registrar today and she wasn't answering the call. But I'll go by her office tomorrow and see about the late fee, and I'll talk to Becky over student accounts and see if there's anything we can do about that. If not, if you can't. All right.
Dr.
So
Lamb,
yes.
just remember that the bachelor's gown is different from a master's gown.
Right. It is.
Okay.
Yeah, the master's gown is like 150 and it's got pleats, but it's still just black. But all you need is a basic black one. We won't check, but that's a great point. It's that they won't. We as long as it's a black gown, we'll let you go through.
Okay, thanks.
It won't be as fancy as but now the master's is still just black, but it's got pleats in the front. Now, if you're as big as I am, that's kind of helpful. But most of y'all, that's just a fashion statement. For me, it's mandatory. I need a little extra room in mine. But anyway, yes, if you're on a budget, I mean, that's a way to save $200. To go cap, gown, hood, get you a $25 one from there, save you a couple $100. But if you got plenty of money, go full tilt. Go full tilt. Go full bore. All right, so let's go back to our agenda for the evening. Let me make sure I've covered everything. So that's all it. All right, so your coursework and task stream requirements for those of you in 603. So we got the 3-semester, 12-month program who are with Dr. Sanders, Tobias, Barnes, and Bullis. Make sure you do all of your Blackboard stuff. And then your task stream, your 6 evidences are due 9 a.m. on Monday, December 4th. Have your 6 evidences done. Have it the entire portfolio done by Monday, December the 11th at 9 a.m. Again, these are your drop dead dates right here. It's on your agenda that I sent you. Right here is your, and I'll send it again with the video tonight. Right here are your dates. Monday, December 4th to have app sale through SIOP completed. Monday, December 11th to have everything completed. When I say everything, let's look at everything right here. So the 6 things you got to have done by December 4th are the app sale, app tell, OMA skip, cap SIOP. Now, by the following week, everything, your competency analysis, your dispositions, you should have already done those, but you got those for the last semester. Your survey, your folio's got to be completed and uploaded. Now, please remember, when you complete your task stream portfolio, it is your competency folio. It's not in here. You got to go separately up here to folios and web pages. When you get it through, you come over here and you have to bring it over. You have to bring it over here. And so you do an attachment, upload an artifact created in TaskStream, a lesson or a folio. You click on that one, select category, web folio, select work, 21st century. Competencies, or if you got your name on it, and then you bring it over. Remember, you got to finish it. Now, publish and share it. So you get your link on your folio. So let's go to your folio right quick. All right. So when you go to your folio, make sure that when you got your folio here, that over here at the top, so you can publish and share it. And when you do that, when you publish it, you can publish it. It will give you a link. It will give you a link. Write down the link right here. Write down this URL down, and it right here, and that will allow people to go in, prospective employers, to view your folio. So make sure that you have uploaded, you have published and shared your competency folio before you upload it for evaluation in your DRF portfolio. But those are our dates when all this stuff should be done. Let me go back and share my screen. Okay, let me pull this up. So again, our dates by Monday, December 4th, you got to have all your evidences done, and then the whole thing done by Monday, December 11th, because we're going to graduate on Friday. And I can't hold off the registrar any later than that. She'd like it done the previous Monday. I'd like for my hair to grow back. That ain't happening either, I don't figure. But that's as late as I can let you go. I'd let you go later if I could. All right, I'm gonna stop my share. Check the chat. Anything about our drop dead dates for our 605s finishing in December? Make sure that you hit those dates. Work ahead, get done. You don't have to wait till the last minute, so that you don't, stress me out. Of course, I don't get stressed. I'm a carrier. I give it to other people. But normal people would be stressed if you waited till the last minute. Alex, you've got a question.
Before graduation, are we required to have a passing score on the praxis?
No. Great question. South Carolina people, EDCI people, if any of them are on, you got to take it. You don't have to have a passing score. We have separated that away from graduation. And so you don't have to take it, or, now you're going to pass it. We've never had anybody not to pass it. You will pass. We wouldn't let you in if you weren't smart enough to pass the praxis. And so you will pass. We're 100% on praxis. North Carolina people, you don't have to take it yet. Your waiver stuck for another year. So y'all are good to August of 2024. So North Carolina people don't have to take it. unless you want to try to get your curriculum license, and that would be if you have a degree in CNI. We can, if you're interested in taking it in North Carolina, talk to me first. But South Carolina people, you do have to take it. EDCI people do have to take it. There's a quirk in the law where our EDCIs that are doing the MSA program with me this fall, they have to take it as well. You have to take, I don't know why, but you have to take the education administration praxis in order to get your license and curriculum. Go figure. And the people who are in education curriculum don't have to take it. Go figure. But that all ends. Everybody's going to have to take it come next August. We got one more year and everybody has to take it. But that's a great question. You do not have to take and pass it in order to graduate. We did not put that in the portfolio. Good question. I hadn't thought about that one recently, but yeah, we did that years ago. We fixed that problem. Now, when we get closer, when we do our last town hall, you know, late in the semester, I'll talk about licensure. Because there's always changes between now and then, and I want to give you the latest information. South Carolina people, please remember, your license has been split into two, elementary and secondary. If you did at least one semester in one or the other, the one you're not in, then I'll recommend you for both. We haven't had a problem with that. And there's a separate form you have to fill out, and you send it to me, and I take care of it. I get the dean to do it, and he'll send it back to you. So North Carolina people, y'all are all online. It's just one license. It's K-12 in North Carolina. It's easy peasy, but I will send you that information probably November. Now you say, Dale, won't you send it to us now? Because somebody will apply now, and you won't send an official transcript. And if you complete your application now, in 6 months from now, when they finally get around to processing it, they'll reject it, and you'll have to go through another 6 months. You cannot apply in either North or South Carolina until 8 days after we graduate. Well, that's Christmas. So it's going to have to be after Christmas before you apply, because your transcript has to be official before they'll process your application in either North or South Carolina. We make that mistake, and they don't, for a Friday graduation, they don't promise that the official stamp will be on transcripts till Monday week after that. So Friday is 15, 16, 17, 18, the following Monday's Christmas Day. So it'll at least be the 26th of December before the official stamp goes on your transcript. And without that, DPI or Department of Education in North or South Carolina will reject your application. Now you can go in and establish your account and fill out your paperwork early, but you better, you can't submit it until that is done. And your forms. And so I'll go over that with you in November. I don't know. It's about $55. Don't hold me to that. But I think it's about $55 to get it go through this process. And they want their money up front. So that's graduation. That's the ceremony, graduation, licensure for all you 605 folks. I think you got your dates. You know what you're supposed to do. You've got the two best coaches ever, Dr. Bullis and Dr. Barnes, working with you to make sure that they get those out of you. They're not nicer people than me, but they are wizards at getting those things done. Dr. Sanders, Dr. Tobias, they are great instructors to work with you. They have tremendous coaches. Our success is your success. We want to see all of you across the finish line in December. All right, so that just leaves the rest of our folks, and thank you for being patient. The folks who are not in 605 that are with Dr. Maraglia and Dr. Caton. Dr. Maraglia's on with us tonight. You're in 603. You got the OMA and the skip to do. And the good news is for y'all is that you don't need to accelerate too hard on your evidences this fall. You'll have 2 to do in the spring. You can. It wouldn't make us mad if you did the OMA, the skip, and went ahead and got started on the CAP. That way, in the spring, you could do your SOP and spend some time on your competency folio. One of the things that I want to remind everybody of is that competency folio, that thing is real. It really helps getting jobs. And so I do want to, I want to stress that if you need, crank out those evidences this fall and give you more time to make that thing look really sharp this spring and get, more artifacts in it. That's one of the things, if you can share with an employer, they really love to see what you did during your program. All right. I'm 2 minutes ahead of time here. That's about all I've got tonight. It was good to see everybody. And again, for those of you who were lucky enough not to have me this past summer, the group that I did have, the 2 groups, what a wonderful time we had. And I know I hope that you will have that kind of time that I had this fall. We've enjoyed having all of you with us, you graduation, and the ones that are with Dr. Maraglia, you'll be with us a couple more times, but we appreciate it. But yeah, it's been good. The quality of the work has been great. I can't see any dip from the national nightmare of the pandemic. I don't even want to mention it anymore. Our folks didn't let off the gas. I mean, you folks work every day, and you go and you do your best, and you do your best for us, and we know that, and we appreciate that. I didn't see any dip or any drop off. I had as good a time this summer. The work was as good as I've ever seen. So I don't get that part. And so I know that you'll do great this fall. Have no doubt. And I will be interested in seeing you progress on through the fall. That Monica's got a great question. Not for you, Monica. That's a great question. The folks coming behind you that start this fall, the state has up to the hours for them, but not for y'all. Y'all will be fine. Y'all are grandfathered in. They have up the internship hours. It's going to make it a little bit harder, but nothing we can't handle. The 5 semester people will have to do 20 more a semester. That's negligible. The 3 semester folks, we're going to give them credit for their evidence work. It's going to be negligible for them. We've already got a plan in place. We've already put it out to them. We're not, our folks, y'all work a lot more than that anyway. I mean, nobody just gets 80 hours. I know that y'all do many more than that. So, but no, as long as you just get 80 this fall, everything's good. All right. That's a great question. Anything else? Again, all the folks from this summer, Melissa, Treva, Jack and Pam, Kathleen. Let's see who's on page 2 here. Yeah, Connie, Alicia, Courtney, everybody. Again, if I didn't call you name tonight, Paul, I appreciate you all. Zach, Zach, have you got that? I think Zach's been recommended for a job. So, anybody else have any good news to share on the job front? If you don't, it's early, but remember, I say that as I close tonight. I'll do any references. I'll fill out electronic ones. I do 2 or 3 a day. I'll write letters, whatever it takes to get you a job. Do not hesitate to contact me. And I do mean anything. I'll do phone interviews. I'll do electronics, whatever it takes to get you a job. About mid-semester or so, I'll send out an announcement, and I'm gonna do another interviewing session with you. I know we've been through it, but I'll do that again, and we'll brush up on our interviewing and get ready for interviewing for the fall for spring jobs. There'll be some, and we'll do that again. But your success is our success, as always. We appreciate you being with us at Gardner Webb. Let me see. I've got something here. Something here somewhere. What is this? No, I don't think that's it. Oh, right. I won't hold you any longer. Prayers for everybody. It was good to see everybody tonight. Contact me if you got issues or problems or questions. I'll see you soon.
Definitely. I do have
Yeah.
a question, but it's
Yes.
not really a group question, so I can wait until.
Okay, go right ahead. I'll turn the recording off.